belly fat, the ultimate fitness paradox. You'll look at a donut the wrong way and boom, you've got a new set of love handles.
When it comes to getting rid of it, that fat clings on tighter than a beaver to a log in a harsh Canadian winter. It doesn't matter how hard you've been grinding, how many times you've sprinted on that treadmill, or how many crunches you've done. Your face looks sharper, your arms look leaner, but that emergency fuel tank on your stomach is still sitting there, fully stocked. And that frustration, that feeling that your body is actively working against you, it's real. And no, it's not because you're lazy or because you haven't found the right secret magic pill. It's because the conventional advice on losing belly fat is fundamentally flawed and ignores the reality of how your body is wired. But there is a solution. I'm not talking about some intense, soul-crushing cardio routine. I'm talking about a simple, powerful, two-step method that I and countless others use to strip that stubborn midsection fat away and actually keep it off. In this detailed breakdown, I'm going to break down the exact biological truth about why your belly fat is the last to leave, why high-intensity cardio is actually sabotaging your long-term fat loss goals, and what the 2 simple steps are that will guarantee you finally win this war. You'll have 0 excuses left.
Let's clear up the biggest myth. You can't target fat loss. You already know this, but I'm going to explain to you why your genetics dictate this painful reality.
Your body decides to burn fat. It uses a process called lipolysis, and this happens all over your body like a massive debt repayment plan. Your body, however, has a preferred order of repayment. The fat cells in your arms and face have receptors that are easy to access and mobilize. Think of them as your body's easily accessible savings account. The fat cells in your lower back and, crucially, your lower abdomen are different. They are packed with alpha-2 adrenergic receptors, which are essentially the body's fat lock. These receptors actively resist the fat-releasing signals sent by your hormones. This is why you see veins popping on your biceps while your abs are still in hiding. It's not a lack of effort, it's a biological roadblock. Your belly fat is the high-interest credit card debt your body leaves until the very end, and it will only get to it once the rest of your body's easier fat stores are significantly depleted. Frustrating? Absolutely. But knowing your enemy is the first step to crushing it. Stop blaming yourself for something that is purely genetic programming.
Now let's talk about that cardio trap. You've been told to do endless hours on the treadmill because it torches fat.
And yes, intense cardio burns calories quickly on paper. But what happens an hour later? 3 things sabotage your results. First, cortisol. Pushing your body to its absolute limit is a massive stressor. Your body responds by spiking cortisol, your primary stress hormone. Elevated chronic cortisol tells your body to hold on to fat, specifically the visceral fat around your midsection, as an evolutionary safety measure. In your effort to burn the fat, you're instructing your body to store it. Second, muscle cannibalism. If you're in a calorie deficit and adding massive amounts of intense cardio, you're creating an energy debt that your body may pay by breaking down muscle tissue, not just fat. Burning muscle slows your metabolism, making it easier to gain weight back later. Third, the calorie refund. After a massive, grueling cardio session, you're often hit with a wave of intense, justified hunger. Your mind tells you, I earned this, and you inevitably overeat, easily erasing all the calories you just burned and stalling your fat loss for the week. This cycle of torture, hunger, and muscle loss is why aggressive cardio is not the answer for stubborn belly fat. You need a strategy that works with your body's genetics and hormones, not against them. That brings us to the 2-step strategy.
Step 1. Win the calorie war. I know it sounds boring, but you need to be in a sustainable calorie deficit in order to lose weight.
This is the only physical law of fat loss that cannot be broken. It's the mandatory first step. Everything else is decoration. But here's where most people quit. Accurately calculating and sticking to that deficit feels like earning a PhD in nutrition. Tracking every calorie, weighing every crumb. Doing mental math after every meal, it's an absolute nightmare that crushes consistency. And the second your consistency drops, your fat loss stalls. That's why successful fat loss is not about willpower. It's about simplicity. You need to know your exact daily calorie and macro targets without the guesswork and without the headache of spreadsheets. You need a simple system that removes the cognitive friction. For me, that's where an intelligent tracking tool becomes indispensable. Think of an app, let's call it NutriTrack, that takes a picture of your meal and instantly logs the calories, protein, and carbs for you. No typing, no guessing, no spreadsheets. It's the difference between guessing your budget and knowing your exact account balance down to the penny. The ability to snap a picture of your dinner and get instant, accurate tracking transforms calorie counting from a chore you hate into a simple habit you can sustain forever. If you stick to a slight deficit consistently, that belly fat must eventually go. It's just a matter of time and pressure. But how do you speed up that process without the damaging effects of intense cardio?
Step 2, the secret weapon to just burning off that belly fat. And it's the simplest thing. It's probably something that you do every single day anyway.
Walking, yeah, that's it. That thing your legs were built for. I can practically hear you scoffing, thinking there's no way you'll see your abs just by walking, but you're missing the point. The goal here is consistency, low cortisol output, and increasing NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. When you walk, you burn calories without spiking cortisol. It's a low-stress activity that your body can handle for long periods. You're not damaging your muscle recovery, and you're not triggering that insane post-cardio hunger that leads to the calorie refund. Walking is just free, clean, low-effort calorie burning that stacks up day after day. Your body doesn't care if the calories came from a HIIT sprint or a stroll around the park. It only cares that they're gone. Aim for 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day. You can rack up those steps without even noticing. Park at the furthest spot, take the stairs, walk while taking a call. These little moves add up to hundreds of extra calories burned every single day. When you combine this consistent, low-stress calorie burn with the mandatory calorie deficit from step 1, you create a powerful, sustainable pressure cooker. You're telling your body, I'm in a deficit, I need to burn fuel, but I'm not stressed, so I don't need to store it. This is the combination that finally forces your genetics to dip into that stubborn belly fat reserve. It sounds too simple, but the truth always is, focus on consistency and low-effort sustainability, not short-term bursts of torture.
This simple 2-step method is how you get rid of that unwanted belly fat that's been haunting you for years.
It's about being smart, not just working hard. Don't fight your body, work with its natural systems. If you found this breakdown useful and it changed the way you think about losing fat, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button right now. It helps this information reach more people who are frustrated by the same old failed cardio advice. And if you have a question about whether you should be doing a morning walk versus an evening walk, or what your biggest fat loss struggle is, drop a comment below. I read every single one. Finally, if you want more bodybuilding and fitness advice broken down to the simple, actionable truth, the kind of advice that actually gets results, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Now, go put this 2-step plan into action and watch that emergency fuel tank finally start to shrink